أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Okay, now I'll just explain why I did this video. So I was asked this question by a friend and I told him I'd look it up, so I'm presenting the research. So the question was the difference between barakah and Na'mah. So they're both used for blessings, and what is the difference between them? Okay, now the word barakah comes from, the verb is baraka yabruku. One of the words that it's derived from is al-bark, which means the chest of the camel. If you said, for example, baraka al-ba'ir, that means that the camel lay down on its chest. So pretty much when a camel lay down or sat down on its chest, this was a sign that it was going to stay in that position for a long period. So the owners would be unable to get it back up. Also, it can be said baraka lilqطال, which means he was firm and stayed his ground for fighting. So baraka has the sense of being constant and perpetual. So baraka actually means an increase, abundance, stability, perpetual good. It has all these meanings, and when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses it, it is mostly used for divine blessings that are not physical or seen with the eyes. So for example, if we were to eat a meal and we mentioned Allah's name and we ate with our right hand and we started from the front of the food rather than the middle, there would be blessing, there would be barakah in the food. If we just ate without even thinking of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just how an animal would eat, then the food will be devoid of barakah. And this is an example of what I mean by not being able to see this physically. And this is mostly used to mean this. So barakah can be in one's time, one's wealth, one's actions. It could be in a place or time. Now, for example, rain is called mubarak. That's one of the attributes of the rain that's given in the Qur'an, that it's mubarak, that it has blessings. And we know that it's not just the water that comes down that we drink from and that revives the dead land, but also there's divine blessings also. We know that when it rains, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the heavens, the doors of Jannah are open, and that the dua is mustajab at this time. This is a time where dua is mustajab, so it's a blessed time as well. So there's a lot of good associated with rain, not just physical goodness. So it should be noted that barakah is only used for good. So that's briefly about barakah, inshallah. Now we come to ni'mah, which is the other word that I was asked, the difference between barakah and ni'mah. Now, na'mah yan'umu is the verb, and the masdar of this, one of the masdars of this word is ni'mah. What does ni'mah mean? It can actually be used in two senses. It could be a masdar marra. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. I'll just explain it, inshallah. There's one meaning is masdar marra, which is one instance of this verb, in the sense of one instance of pleasantness, enjoyment, or ease. And this is what the word ni'mah means, that it's enjoyment, pleasure. And also can be used as ismul jins, which is the generic name, referring to plentifulness, pleasantness or ease, and comfort, enjoyable life. It has all these meanings. When it's used in the Qur'an, the word ni'mah, or any of its derivatives, it can be used with a positive connotation, such as, for example, Surah Al-Fatiha. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم, the path of those whom you have favored, that you have given your favors upon. So this is the path that we're told to seek, this path. But also it can be used in a negative sense, so negatively. So not all ni'mah leads to something that's good. So for example, if we were given something and we were not thankful for what we were given, this would come back to be something against us on the Day of Judgment. We'll be ungrateful for these blessings. And sometimes we use these blessings we're given in a way that displeases Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there's one verse I want to mention. There's many verses, but this is one verse in Surah Al-Muzammil. وَذَرْنِي وَالْمُكَذِّبِينَ أُولِي النَّعْمَةِ وَمَهِّلْهُمْ قَلِيلًا. And leave me, the rejectors, the possessors of ease and plenty, and respite them a little. Allah's given them a lot of good, a lot of comfort in life, but they've rejected Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So just so a concluding example. For example, a person could be given abundance of ni'mah, but there might not be any barakah, so no good will come from them. You know, somebody could be given health, free time, but if there's no barakah, then they're used not for obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they're used for, you know, fulfilling worldly desires and just being heedless of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's the difference between barakah and ni'mah. So just finally, I'd just like to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the barakah in this life and the next. And I've just put the reference for what I've said, and the reference is there for you. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم.